All right. Hey guys, welcome to lesson 3 of the 500K sales system. I feel like this is probably my favorite lesson because for me, this is really the backbone of how I make money. And I really feel like by following these simple steps, I really feel like anybody's business with consistency can really be transformed. So I'm excited about this lesson and I hope you're excited about this lesson. And I really want you to take it all in and understand, again, how simple this can be, but how powerful it can be. So in lesson 3, we're going to talk about really that content that makes people want to buy your stuff because again, it's so much easier than you're making it. So I want to make sure that you are clear on what to create, when to create it, how to share it, again, every single day so that not only are your sales adding up, but you're bringing new people into your world and your people are more connected to you and that much more likely to buy from you when the time is right for them, right? So we're going to talk about just guidance on how I plan all of my content, my Facebook Lives, my emails, my written posts, all of that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about how to connect with your audience and really share from the heart and really give them what it is that they want and need, including how to craft juicy results-based titles and topics that grab their attention because this is so important. You can do the world's best 45-minute video, but if nobody's watching it, it doesn't matter. And so we want to make sure that we're grabbing their attention from the get-go. And we're going to talk about how to repurpose your content for multiple platforms and really stay organized so that you're stretching your efforts without burning yourself out, okay? So first things first, I believe personally that marketing, right? The marketing that will make you the most money is going to come from a place of passion and alignment, meaning it's actually something you want to do. It's topics you actually want to talk about, but that it's actually intentional. I see so many people, again, I feel like I've said this a couple times during this program, but I feel like I see so many people sitting down at their computer, kind of like staring at the screen, being like, okay, what do I do right now? And kind of like sharing things, marketing things at random, right? And for me, I believe in manifesting. I believe in all of those things, right? But for the purpose of this training, like, let's talk about how do we create money? How do we create sales? And we create money, we create sales by being intentional, right? For me, on a daily basis, right? If I'm starting my week off, it's Monday right now. My week and my days are based on what I'm selling. Everything that I do this week is going to be based on the thing that I am selling, the thing that I want to make money off of. Again, that does not mean that random money doesn't come in. Sometimes somebody might go to my website and look at my sales page for my mastermind, the Unstoppable Society, or might message me and ask me about how to work together. Those things happen, but it's the minority of my income. The majority of my income is based on and comes in through what I'm selling at any given time. And so again, my actions, my marketing starts with what I'm selling, and then I figure out what I'm doing and what I'm talking about and what I'm sharing based on what I'm selling, right? So for me personally, having a plan means that I get things done, right? I want you to work how you work best. Maybe that means planning 6 months ahead. Maybe that means planning 6 minutes ahead, right? There is no right or wrong. It is not a situation where Sarah Dan does it this way, so that's the right way. That's not true at all, right? This is the system in this, this lesson. I'm going to be walking you through the system that works really well for me, but I want you at any given turn really feel into how it feels aligned for you. One of the best pieces of advice, I think I might have said this already, but one of the best pieces of advice I was ever given was from Kat when we first started working together. And she was like, embrace how you work best. Stop fighting it and instead embrace how you work best. So again, allowing myself to do things how it feels natural versus fighting it has really transformed everything for me, right? So for me, I like the idea of disciplined flow. And what I mean by that is that I have a structure for intentionally marketing myself, right? But number one, I'm not just doing it to do it, right? I see people who are kind of like treating their marketing like they're just checking off the boxes. Like, oh, well, I was told that I have to do Instagram stories every day, so I'm going to just do Instagram stories. I don't want you to look at it like that. I want you to like come at it from this place of like, okay, I'm disciplining myself to do these things. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But you're also giving yourself flow, meaning if I don't feel like going live one day, I'm not going to go live that day, right? If I really feel like crap or I'm really tired or I'm really not feeling the content, I give myself the flow to to change, to not do it. Or if I'm feeling into another topic that I want to talk about, I will adjust my calendar and I will adjust my plan as it feels right and as it feels aligned. But if I'm walking into Monday morning and I have a plan, I have a game plan ahead of me, I feel so much better about the week to come versus just winging it, right? And I'll talk more about this in a couple other slides, but I want you to understand that I think it's just really important to, again, give yourself that flow, but also be really, really, really intentional. I said one of the best pieces of advice was to embrace how you work. That was one of the best pieces of advice. The best piece of advice. If there is one thing that I can attribute my success over the past 2 years to, it is the concept that discipline equals freedom. Discipline equals freedom. Kat said that to me when we first started working together, and it was one of the most amazing things that anyone has ever said to me, right? I decided at that point to start going live every single day, to start creating money-making content every single day, to start selling something every single day. And again, I feel like there are so many people out there that were like, wow, like going live every single day sounds like a lot of work, or that sounds hard, or anything like that. And it's like, to me, I know I've said this before, but to me, doing the damn thing, doing a 20-minute video every single day on a topic that I love, right? I'm doing things that I care about. I'm not running this business based on things that I don't care about. Doing a 20-minute video and talking to people I care about topics that I care about, disciplining myself enough to do that every single day is so fucking easy to me. It's how I make my money. It is the backbone of my business. Doing that, just doing the damn things, is so much easier than staying broke. Is so much easier than worrying about when that next sale is going to come from. It's so much easier than wondering what to do in order to bring in money, right? So again, I always like to put it in this context, but like, let's say if somebody said to you, they wanted to lose 60 pounds and you said to them, okay, well, you should start by, walking on the treadmill for 30 minutes every day. And they're like, oh, every day? That sounds hard. And it's like, to me, being 60 pounds overweight is harder, right? It's like, just do the things and you will get the result that you want. So again, for me with all of this, discipline yourself enough to do the things, do them consistently, do the smart things, which we're going to talk about. And that is going to give you the freedom from stressing about money, stressing about when the next sale is coming in. And this is truly how it has felt for me. Once I started disciplining myself to just do the fucking things, everything opened for me. And again, it brought this system brought this sense of freedom to me. And it's what I want for all of you. Consistency is going to be the thing that gets you results. You can't do this for 3 days. You can't do this for 4 days and bitch that it didn't work. This is about disciplining yourself, being consistent, doing it, and you will get results. That doesn't mean you have to do it for 6 months before you get results. I started making money by, I want to say, like a week and a half into this system, right? I was making money because, again, maybe somebody was on my video the first day, a few more people were on the next day, so on and so forth. And momentum is building every single time. Keep doing it. And like, why wouldn't you get results, right? I'm going to talk about this more when we talk about content, but like, your people are out there. They need solutions. Plenty of people are out there struggling with the thing that and the thing that that you can help them with. So like, from a logical perspective, if you continue to show up and you continue to talk to them about things they need and you continue to offer them things that are going to help solve their problems, in what world wouldn't you make more money? Like it doesn't even make sense to me. So again, discipline equals freedom, and discipline yourself enough to do it consistently, and you will see the results. So, okay, daily money-making content. For me, right, this concept, this slide right here is the backbone of my income. It is the backbone of how I make money. If I did nothing else every single day, but I created my daily piece of money-making content, I know that I would make money, right? Of course, there's always more you could do, but if I did nothing else but go live every single day and do what I'm about to share with you, I would still make money. Right? Like, I know that, right? So for me, every single day, my daily money-making content is a live video. I want you to really feel into what it is for you, right? I've shared from the beginning of this program, I'm sharing with you based on what I've done. I liked having a Facebook group. I like going live. Maybe for you, it's your Facebook profile and written posts. That's fine too. But the bottom line is that every single day, I want you to A, know what you're selling, and then B, show up with a piece of content that gives massively to your people and then asks for the sale. It gives massively to your people, and then it asks for the sale, right? And don't get intimidated by the word massively. I just really want to make your people feel something, right? Sometimes it's a 10-minute video, but I'm earning that know, like, and trust factor based on what I'm selling, based on what they want, based on what they need. And then again, it's naturally leading into the sale. So I always use this example, right? But our ideal clients right now are on Island A, right? They're sitting in their community, they're struggling, they're on Island A where they're frustrated, they're miserable with whatever it is that you help them with. But they want to be on Island B, where they've lost the weight, where they've manifested the soulmate, where they're making more money in their business. Whatever Island B means for you, your daily money-making content should be the thing that shows your people that you and whatever you're selling are the boat to get them from Island A to Island B. Okay. So I want to show up. I want to give them something that they want to hear about, right? And then have it lead naturally into what I'm selling. And so again, this is where the concept of logic comes in. I know that if I have a Facebook group of unstoppable women entrepreneurs, and they're struggling with marketing their business and making money, I know that if I show up and I talk to them about how they can no longer struggle to make money and build their business, they will listen. Like it's just logic to me in that sense. They have a need and I have a solution. So if I show up and I speak to them to speak to that solution, they will listen, they will pay attention, and they will want the solution that I'm selling. Like again, it feels so logical to me in that sense, right? So every single time, again, every single day, we know what we're selling, right? And so we're going to think about who we're speaking to, who that ideal client is, what it is that they desire, so that, again, you can speak to that. So again, you're giving to them, but you're also leading them into the sale, right? We give and we give massively. I personally, this is a question that I get a lot, and I think we talked about on the Q&A, but I really don't intentionally hold much back. I want my people to be impressed by what I have to say. I want them to be like, holy shit, I want to keep going. Right? I don't want to hold back. I don't want to act as though my free content is crap, right? I really want to, again, make people want to keep going on the journey with me. Obviously, I'm not going to present it with slides. I'm not going to give them a workbook. I'm not going to give them the nitty-gritty content, right? But number one, I want you to remember that people don't appreciate what they don't invest in, right? It's going to be the very, 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 very small minority of people that is sitting there watching every video you put out and is coming at it from this place of like, okay, I'm going to watch all of her free stuff and I'm never going to pay a dime for her programs. Like that's going to be the very, very, very small minority. And that person is somebody I don't want to work with anyway. I hold the belief that people want to invest in themselves. I hold the belief that people want to spend money and want to work with me and want to go to the next level, and they're happy to invest money to do that. That's what I believe, because that's been my truth in my own business. I'm happy to invest in things that help me. I don't have time to sit around and watch a bunch of free content. I want to work with the best of the best. I want to work with the people who know what they're talking about, and I want them to give me clear-cut solutions and information and content that I can trust. I would so much rather spend money than, again, sit around trying to like listen to all the free stuff. Like I just want what I want, and I believe other people are out there as well, right? So again, I like as an to put this into context, when I was marketing the 500K sales system, right? I went live and I talked about a lot of stuff that is in this program, right? But again, they don't have the workbooks, they don't have the examples, they don't have the Q&As, they don't have the opportunity to tag me and ask me questions. There's still so much more in the paid opportunity, not to mention the fact that you guys have lifetime access to this and I could take down the free stuff whenever I wanted to, right? There's so much value in actually investing, not to mention the fact that like people are not, I think so often we believe, like not in like an arrogant way, but we think that because we remember everything that we've said, everyone else does, right? Nobody else, again, it was going to be like the 1% within the 1% of human beings that are watching every single live video. They're digesting every single thing that you said. That's not actually going to happen. So again, they are going to want to continue. They are going to want the solution, and it's your job to frame it in a way that they want the solution that you're selling. I never use exclamation points like this, but I wanted to drill this point home, guys. I know I say it all the time, but I know a lot of you keep ignoring me, or you're not remembering this in your marketing. Please, for the love of God, have the titles, the subject lines, whatever, be results oriented. People don't care about you wishing them a happy Friday. Nobody sees your video where you say happy Friday and they stop their news feed and they're like, oh my God, I really want to hear Sarah wish me a happy Friday. No, Nobody cares that Sarah's excited. They don't care that I'm excited. People care about what's in it for them, right? That's the bottom line. And it's not that they mean, anything bad, of course, but if I'm scrolling through my news feed and I see a video that speaks to one of the solutions or results that I want, of course that's going to make me stop and say, holy crap, I need to watch this video versus Happy Friday or hey, right? The online world is noisy. And it is your job to be so good and so in their face, not in a bad way, but in their face with like the content and the value that they're bringing them, that they can't ignore you, right? So your job is to make them want to stop their scroll, to stop their newsfeed, to stop their Instagram, whatever. See your written post with a title up top, or see your video with a really juicy title, or see your email with a really amazing subject line. We want to make them stop their scroll and then say, hell yes, I need to watch this. I need to read this. I need to listen to this, right? It is your job. I can't say this enough. It is your job to make them want to watch. I see a lot of people sitting there like, not like, again, let's use Happy Friday as an example. And like, they'll put Happy Friday on their videos and then it's like, well, nobody's paying attention. No shit. It's your job to shift this, right? And I'm saying that in a harsh way because I want you to come at it from this place of like, it's not like, oh my God, I have to do a video every single day. I want you to step into this place of power, being like, I have so many amazing fucking things to say and so many people need to hear it. And I'm going to make the best videos. I'm going to make the best posts so that people are paying attention. And I just know that those sales are coming in. I want you to reframe it in that way, right? And again, I was talking about this before, but like, let's come back to logic. If your people are in your Facebook group, right? They need solutions. They want to lose the weight. They want to manifest a soulmate. They want to build their business. They want to whatever, right? They want those solutions. They want things. Think about how many things you want as a human being. Your people are human beings who want things. They want solutions. They want results. If you show them that you can help them, they'll listen. If you are showing them with your content that you know what you're talking about and you can speak to their struggles, they will pay attention. And again, it is your job to get their attention. It is your job to make them pay attention to you, not sit there and act entitled about why isn't anyone paying attention to me if you're not trying to get their attention, right? One thing that I also think is really important, I've had this conversation with a couple of clients this week, right? But I want you to make sure that you're getting their attention based on what they want, but then giving them what they need, right? We sell them on what they want, whether that's free content or actually selling something. We sell them what they want, but give them what they need, right? I always use the example of my foundation formula program. A lot of my people will act as though the foundational pieces of the business are boring or are, I want to learn about Facebook ads or whatever it is. It's my job to make them understand that figuring out these foundational pieces is going to give them what they want. They want more money. They want more sales. They want a bigger audience. And it's my job to make them understand that by figuring out their foundation, they're going to get what they want. So I'm going to show you an example in a few minutes. But when I'm doing my videos all week long to promote the foundation formula, they're very results-oriented titles and topics based on what they want, not things that, again, I know they need. I'm going to focus on thinking about that ideal client and thinking about what they want to hear and then fold in what they need to hear. Planning and spreading the word. So again, embrace who you are, embrace how you plan. This is not necessarily about you recreating my system. It's really more about feeling into how you plan best and then actually being disciplined around your plan, right? So for me, I personally like to figure out what my money-making content is for the week based on what I'm selling on Sundays. I like to, on Sundays, figure out my week in a lot of different ways, plan out my Q&As, that kind of thing. Plan out what I'm going to talk about for the week. So every single day, Monday through Friday, has a piece of money-making content, and I'm going to figure out what the topic of that money-making content is based on what I'm selling, right? So for me, it makes me feel like I'm going into the week with a plan. I'm going into the week not completely winging it. Winging it doesn't work for me. I'm going into the week with a plan, but not getting too far ahead of myself that I'm going to change my mind. Sometimes I change my mind, but I'm definitely going to change my mind if I plan a month ahead is my point, right? Again, disciplined flow. If I don't want to talk about something come Wednesday, I don't. If I don't want to go live come Wednesday, I don't, right? This is about really allowing yourself to do things from an aligned place and not forcing things, but again, having the balance of discipline and alignment, right? in terms of getting, like, for me, right, this daily piece of money making content, which is for me is videos, right? My video is how I feel like I show up best online. It's the easiest thing for me. Like, I literally, like, we're working on this. If all I had to do in my business was just show up and talk, I'd be the happiest human being in the world. I would never type anything if I didn't have to. It just feels like, I mean, that's a little bit dramatic, but like, I don't enjoy writing out my content. I just want to talk all day long and have someone else capture what I've said and share it around the internet. Like, that's what I want. But my point in saying that is, like, I'm going to spend my time and energy every single day to do these 20, 30-minute videos where I'm bringing a massive amount of content and value. I want to make sure that I'm stretching it, essentially. I want to make sure as many people as possible know about my content. So that means for me, my daily emails are about, and I'm sure you guys have seen these, but my daily emails are about what I'm going live about. My Instagram stories, I'm going to post on Facebook, my page, my profile, my group. I'm going to do even our Facebook stories. I'm going to post everywhere and let people know when I'm going live, because again, I want as many eyeballs on my live video as possible. I think sometimes so many of us get so caught up in wanting to sell that we forget how damn important it is to actually get our people's eyes on our stuff. I would rather if somebody doesn't really know me, I would way rather them get on a video with me than go to my sales page, because I know the video is going to be the thing that warms them up to want to take action, versus the sales page is fine. But the sales page for me is somebody who already knows me, right? So again, selling our stuff is important, but having people watch our stuff or read our content is just as important, right? So again, we'll email about when I'm going live. We're posting on all of the platforms. Let's say, for example, again, if you're writing something, I think I talk about this in a few slides, but if you write, like, again, I'm focusing a lot on live video because I feel like it's working so well. But let's say you don't want to do live videos, and let's say you're just writing, right? That's where, again, it's going to be the same kind of thing. You're sending it to your email list. You're putting it on your blog. You're putting it on your profile. You're putting it on your Instagram. You're stretching it. You're making sure that you're really spreading the word about your content rather than just doing it one place, right? We want to make sure that you're stretching the work that you've done. So here's an example of my week. So again, this is how I don't do it in like this actual planner that I've given you. I do it on like a big giant piece of paper. I don't know, for some reason having like different color markers feels very therapeutic to me. I don't know why, but it's what I love. But this is exactly how I'll write it out. I'll write on the left-hand side of the page from top to bottom. I'll write the days. I'll write down what the call to action is. So, this particular week, I've just used this as an example. I'm selling the foundation formula Monday through Friday. Now, if I was selling, like, let's say if the door is closed on Wednesday for the foundation formula, Thursday and Friday, just a different call to action would be there. And then I would just adjust the content. It wouldn't be any different if a launch ended in the middle of the week. But this so happens to be a week where I'm selling the same thing Monday through Friday. So I know that, okay, the call to action Monday through Friday is the foundation formula. Cool. So based on knowing that I'm selling the foundation formula, I'm going to think about what I want to talk about. I think about things, mostly the biggest thing is I think about, what does my ideal client want? What does my ideal client want to hear that I can talk to her about, that I'm going to grab her attention, that she's going to want to watch my video, but then I'm also setting myself up for making her understand why this program is for her, right? So I have 3 reasons your marketing isn't working. My formula for programs that sell with ease. How to handle being a multi-passionate entrepreneur. The big ideal client mistake you're making that's hurting your sales. How I launched my coaching business with 48 cents in my bank account and made $8,000 within 30 days. So again, like, let's look at, for example, my formula for programs. I could have left it there, but I want to make sure that I'm remembering what my ideal client wants. So that's where I'm going to add in something like that sell with ease, right? I had at first the big ideal client mistake you're making. No, I want to add in that's hurting your sales. At the end of the day, I mean, my ideal clients want a lot of things, but the big core of this is more money. The core of it is making more money with ease, making more sales with ease, right? So again, I want to focus on that, and I want to incorporate that into the title so that they see that and they're like, holy crap, I want to know how to, create programs that sell with ease. I want to know what ideal client mistakes I'm making that's hurting my sales. Like, that person who's like starting their coaching business, they want to know how I had 48 cents in my bank account and made $8,000 within 30 days, right? I want to, again, focus on what's true, of course, but I want to focus on what they want. The other thing that I'll really think about when I'm trying to brainstorm what I want to talk about is I'll go back and look at the program itself, and I'll pick out the things that I really want to highlight, right? So let's say, for example, the 500K sales system, week 4 is all about selling, right? So I'll look at, okay, week 4, we're talking about selling. What should I talk about to my people that they're really struggling with or that they really want to know more about, that they'll want to watch that video? But then again, I can highlight lesson 4. So that's where I'll talk about sales. How many things should you be selling at one time? How to not feel guilty about selling frequently, that kind of thing, right? I'm going to really, and those just came to me off the top of my head, but I'm going to make sure that I'm, again, doing it in this results-oriented way. I'm speaking to their desires. I'm speaking to what they're struggling with, and I'm setting myself up for buying this program, for seeing that the next step is the right step for them. Okay. We've given you a printable planner that you can plan out as well, of course, if you don't want to go to Target and get the big pants like I do. So I want to make you understand that, again, the core of my business, the backbone of my income, comes from those videos. It really, really, really does. Now, of course, I want to do some additional content as well. But my point in saying that is, like, if like a day like today, I was out kind of late last night. It's been a crazy weekend with moving. I don't know that I necessarily feel like doing a ton today, right? My sister's here. She's going home tomorrow. I don't want to work all day long, right? So maybe I'll do a video, and then I can sit there and be like, okay, I did my video. I did my money-making activity for the day. That feels good. I'm not going to stress myself out about doing more, right? But maybe on a day like tomorrow, where it's a little bit more calm, I'm going to add more stuff. I'm going to maybe do some more value posts. I'm going to do more sales posts, that kind of thing, right? But my point in saying that is, again, at least if you get the chunk of your money-making activity done for any particular day, at least you knew you were intentional and you did the things, right? And I'm saying in that way because I feel like, number one, a lot of people don't understand what their money-making activities are. But number two, I also feel like for so long, and I'm going to talk about this in a moment, but for so long, I tortured myself over, I need to do more. 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 I never felt like it was enough. And I've always felt like I was running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. And so at least for me, the money-making activity for the day, it gives me the peace of mind that it's like, okay, Sarah, if nothing else got done today, you did your job. And it's again, I use the example a lot of times, I compare this to workouts, right? So let's say, for example, normally you like to go to the gym and take 2 classes or whatever it is, but you're really tired or you have a really busy day. And it's like, okay, well, you know what? I did 30 minutes of cardio. That's my baseline minimum. I did what I had to do. At least I know that I did my job for the day. And that's how my money-making content feels, right? So again, on an ideal day, I'm doing a little bit more, but again, I feel good at least doing the baseline, that minimum money-making content. So for me, though, I like to also incorporate additional content typically on a daily basis. So for me, as you can see on the bottom of this slide, I'm kind of skipping around here. Let's say let me go back. I love being able to just put out straight value posts, right? Just straight value posts that are not asking for a sale, especially my short ones, are really, really, really helpful for building my tribe, for people liking my content. I feel like there can be a lot of power in a small post. But what's also really great about these is that if I'm putting out shorter posts all the time, people are a lot more likely to read it, especially if there's no call to action. With all of us, I want you to understand, when you have a call to action, when you have a sale at the end, especially of written posts, fewer people are going to like it. That's a combination of Facebook algorithm and just people, right? But if you put out those just straight value posts, and we've given you example of these, again, you're building that know, like, and trust factor. You're building that trust, but it also really helps you with organic reach, because now you have this opportunity to have people starting to like your stuff. And the more that they like your stuff, the more that they're going to see your content in the news feed. So again, it feels like the straight value posts are just such a great opportunity for me to get somebody to like my content, and then again, be more likely to see my stuff in the news feed. But I don't want to say that those straight value posts, they're not money-making posts. It's not money-making content, but for me, it's not immediate money-making content. That's content that, again, warms people up to me. It's going to say, oh, wow, I really like this girl's vibe, and they're going to start to get to know me, but it's not content that makes them take action straight away. So again, that's why for me, the content that is, again, giving and asking feels more like a money-making activity for me, because it's giving to them, but it's also prompting them to do something. something, right? I also like to do straight sales posts. I'll talk more about this next week, but I also want to incorporate at least one straight up sales post in every single day, because I want to make sure that people know that I have something for sale. With all of this, right? Winging it doesn't work for me personally, right? I like knowing what gets done each day, especially with Gretchen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want her waiting on me every single second winging it. It happens sometimes, but like in an ideal world, I want to start the day and both of us knowing what gets done today, right? So if you want to do more, right? If you want to do more than that money making activity that day, of course, cool, right? I'm sorry, let me go back. I want you to create a plan for yourself, right? I like to call them rules. I know that's like I don't know, can have like negative connotations for some people, but I like to have rules for a regular day, right? So if I'm in launch mode, and again, it's a regular day, I'm going to aim to do, as an example, 1 video, 2 written posts that give and ask. I'm going to do 2 posts that just give, that are just straight value posts, and then 1 ask post, like 1 straight up sales post. So that's kind of like the checklist I have for my day. If I want to do more in some crazy world, cool, I will. But I have this, again, I have like my baseline money making activity. This is like level 2, where like this is an ideal day, what I'll get done, right? And then if it's the end of a launch and I decided that I wanted to go live a second time, or if I was really feeling inspired and I wanted to create some more posts, cool. But I like, again, going into my Wednesday, right? Let's say a Wednesday, and being like, okay, here's what I have to do today. I'm going to make sure that I have 1 video, again, 2 give and ask posts, 2 give posts, and 1 ask post. So that's just an example, but I would like for you to create some rules for yourself too, so that you're, again, in this situation where, okay, these are the things that I'm aiming to do today. I checked off the boxes, and now I can kind of relax. And again, I stress this point because I, for so long, was in this position where I would post 10 times in a day and still feel like, oh my God, what more can I do to make money? What more can I do to make money? And now it's just a vibe of, okay, here's my plan for the day. I did my plan. Now I just sit back and trust. I trust that I've given in all of these posts, like the content, the posts are good. I'm going to trust that I've done enough, versus, again, torturing myself over wanting to do more. And if you do this consistently, again, it will add up. So again, to be clear, I kind of have like 2 levels for myself. The daily money making activity is what should get done every single day, or at least Monday through Friday for me. But then most days, like, again, that's like the bare minimum. But most days I want to have a plan for, like, as this example states, and get that done on a daily basis. If I want to do more, cool. But this is what I want to, in an ideal world, get done on a daily basis to, again, build my audience, excite my people, and really, again, establish why they should take that action. Okay, stretch that shit. Again, so you've taken the time and energy to create this content, right? Whether it's a video or whether it's a written post. I want to get it everywhere, and I want to, again, stretch it. I want to make sure that, like, that time and energy and effort that I've put into it, I want to make sure that it's paying off for me, right? So a couple things that we do is we like getting my videos transcribed. I use rev.com for that. And so then we'll pull written content. So then that's where we'll pull short posts. We can pull longer posts, so that, again, now I have all those give posts that I was just talking about, and I don't really have to essentially do anything else. They're already there because I already spoke them. And again, now we've gotten them transcribed. Rev.com charges $1 an hour, or $1 a minute, excuse me. So, 20-minute video, a 20-minute video is costing you $20. But when you think of, like, how many more people you can influence if you have so much more content out there, it's really powerful and really valuable. Gretchen will pull clips of my videos to put on Insta story. So she'll just really normally record my laptop, and then she'll like put like a little caption over it based on what I've said. But again, so now this is like, I've done this video, and now we can put it on Insta story and also influence people there without me doing anything else. Sometimes we'll create branded videos with captions. We've given you Stretch That Shit, which is a workshop that I did, and that has tutorials on how to do those videos where you can pull the video, and have like a title at the top and a caption on a closed captions on the bottom, all of that. So you do have that tutorial. For written posts, again, we want to get them everywhere, on your page, on your blog, broken down into smaller posts, and posted in aligned Facebook groups if you wanted to, right? You could go into Unstoppable Women Entrepreneurs, and if it's just value, you go ahead and post that into the Facebook group and get some visibility that way, right? Again, we want to take that written post that you've done and get it everywhere so we can get as many eyeballs on it as possible. And so Oh, I duplicated that slide. All right, cool. Stretch it. Oh, am I going? Oh, okay. I went the wrong way. Sorry. Okay. A quick note on when you feel like it's not working. You're going to have moments. I have moments. You're going to have moments where you feel like nobody's paying attention to you, where you feel like nobody's buying from you. And I always feel like when you're in doubt, give more. Not just from a quantity perspective, like that doesn't necessarily just mean post more, but I want to turn it up a notch. The example that I always use about this is that I remember I was selling a program called the Sell Yourself Bootcamp. And it wasn't really, I remember I was traveling. I remember I was in Beverly Hills for the first time actually, and it wasn't selling that well, but I was traveling and I was busy and I wasn't really trying very hard, right? I remember I like skipped a couple videos and I wasn't really feeling connected to the program. And it was a lot of the reason it wasn't selling is because I was only doing sales posts. Again, people like to buy something, but they don't want to feel sold to. They want to feel something. And so again, I was just doing all these sales posts. So I caught myself doing it. And I remember sitting at Olive and June getting my nails done, and I did this post on my phone, which I never do, which is why I remember this. I never write on my phone. I wrote this post about like, I'm calling bullshit. And I was talking to that person who like doesn't want to sell. I was talking to the person who feels icky or gross marketing their stuff, right? And like, I really spoke to what they were struggling with. And literally within 20 minutes of putting up that post, multiple sales started coming in. And so I always remember that because again, it's not about giving more from a quantity perspective. It's about, again, making them feel something, making them understand that a possibility is available for them. And that, again, you want to inspire them. You want to motivate them to not only understand that, again, that possibility is available, but for them to understand that you have the solution that's going to give them that possibility, right? So again, think about what you really want for them, aside from just the sale, right? We want to make them understand what is possible for them rather than just being like, what do I have to say to make money? What do I have to say to make money? Right? But quantity also helps. Post more, go live more, talk to them more. I remember I had a launch, it was a couple months ago that I wasn't in love with the way that it was going. And it was like the final 48 hours and I had done my money making, video for the day. And I was done for the day. I was like, I'm just going to go live again. And I got sales from that. Like, when in doubt, give more. I don't want you to come at it from this place of like, I have to do more. I have to burn myself out. But again, feel into what feels aligned and good for you. And if like I have more to say about a program and I feel like, okay, I have the time to go live, why not? Talk to them. Talk to your people, right? I want to also drill the point home that this does take time. Right? But the more you show up, the more that they will show up. And the other thing that I want to say is I want you to remember that people are watching even if they're not commenting. It drives me crazy when people get so obsessed with how many people are watching their videos live or how many people are commenting or how many people are liking. I can't even tell you how many times people buy from me that I've never heard from. It happens so often, not to mention the fact that very often the people who are commenting on my stuff all the time, they're not the people who buy. Right? So again, don't get so obsessed with engagement and recognize that you're going to keep taking the action. You're going to keep doing the work. You're going to keep putting out amazing content. People will watch and people will buy. And I want you to come at it again. Decide to do the actions consistently, discipline yourself enough to do those things and have the trust and faith that if you're showing up and showing people you have solutions for them, they will move. Okay? Take action on that. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.